There's a lot of people participating in this women's march on Washington all over the country today that don't realize what they're participating in. The purpose of this thing is not for women's rights or equality or any of that stuff. The purpose of this march is it's a massive propaganda campaign intended to spread globalist ideology across the country by exploiting the felt pain, agitating and then exploiting the felt pain that these groups of people that they manipulated to come march are feeling right now. It's literally straight out of the communist propaganda playbook. There's a book called World Revolutionary Propaganda written by Harold Laswell, where he might as well be describing this event. If you didn't know the book was written decades ago, you would think he was describing what's happening with this women's march. Don't get too caught up in the term communist. It's communist, globalist, liberal, international order, whatever you want to call it. But today, January 21st, is the 92nd anniversary of Lenin's death. And on that day, every single year, international globalist groups, communist groups, do demonstrations under the guise of some social cause, whatever's most prominently felt in America at that time. They exploit it. And they spread their ideology to those people who then in turn take what they learned and they spread it across the country themselves. It works like this. It's pretty simple. They say, what are most people feeling? What's the easiest way to mobilize a crowd? What are people most upset and angry about? Okay, those are the causes that we're going to organize some sort of demonstration on. So they set up a demonstration. You can go to the website of this women's march and you can see it's actually openly sponsored by a number of communist groups, and the people who arranged it are prominent communists, or they have communist ties or globalist ties. It's not even hidden, really. But they organize a bunch of community organizers who at the national level and at the state level bring all these people together to do this demonstration. And while they're there, this is Agit-Prov. While they're there, they agitate the feelings that people have about what's going on. They're agitating fears of Russian nationalism, that America has been invaded by a Russian nationalist and that it's going to set the country back, indefinitely. And essentially their worst nightmare has come true, is what they're going to be agitating. And when people get in this state of desperation, it's okay, we understand how you feel. Here's what we have to do. The solution to stop this authoritarian Russian nationalist who has invaded and taken over the country is globalism, or is international liberal order. Now, the way that we're going to establish this is we're going to need to have outside forces come in and stop what's going on in America. But in order to do this, we have to spread these ideas around the country. And they seed in people's minds that the only way to solve this problem that they've agitated is international world order. And they must spread this to everybody in their communities because the population must ask for it. They can't impose globalism on us until the country asks for globalism. So that's what they're trying to create. They're trying to create circumstances within our country where a large number, possibly the majority of people, feel that they must beg for world order. They must beg outside forces to step in, stop the Russian nationalist, or what they believe to be a Russian nationalist who's invaded the country, and impose world government on our country for the sake of progress, for the sake of their well-being. That's what this march is. This march is, let's get all these people here who are feeling pain. Let's agitate the pain. Let's put these communist, globalist ideas in their head, and then we're going to send them back to their parts of the country. We're going to check in on them. That's why they did this massive data collection with their emails. And we're going to tell, here's what you say to everybody in your country. Here's how you become a community organizer. This thing is just community organization. Community organizers are all over this thing. Just go to the website and research the people who are there. Research the companies who are behind it. Go to the sponsors page. It's not even hidden. This is not about women's rights. It's not about equality. This is about establishing a world order that the people at the top benefit from, while everybody else is screwed over, basically.